Ooh, welcome back to another episode of the Get Back Coach, presented by Apollo Media. And the dust has settled and the smoke has cleared. And there is one national champion, and that is the Indiana Hoosiers beating Miami in their house 27-21. Before we get into our recap, Jay, who are we brought to you by?
Yeah, Jake, it's the season finale for us, and we have been partnered this season with BattleBets. If you're wondering what BattleBets is, it is a college football only fantasy gambling app, which means there's no real money involved, which means you don't have to spend any money to play. Download BattleBets, sign up, let them know that the Get Back Coach sent you. Jake, what a year it's been. You already
Yeah.
talked about it. Only one team remains at the top of the mountain. And in a sentence I never thought I would say, your national champions of college football are the Indiana Hoosiers. What a year.
I know what a year. It's crazy. Like, this year we've been on this journey, okay, right? Like, we've been on this college football journey with Indiana. I don't think people on the outside of the sport truly understand how wild this really is. Like, how big of a turnaround this really is. Jay, I saw someone tweeted since 1999, okay, since 1999, how many double digit win seasons does Indiana have total?
My guess would be 2, and they're both the Signetti years.
Okay, that is correct. Now, how many winning seasons?
Man. Well, you have the one with Tom Allen.
Yep, that is correct. That is one.
Uh, so give me 3.
Okay, there's four.
Okay.
Two belonging to Kurt Signetti that we just talked about, the Tom Allen year, and then 2007. And I'm not even sure who the coach was then. I'm going to look that up really quick here. Bill Lynch with offensive coordinator Matt Canada.
Wow.
That's a name right there. That is a pull if we've ever seen it. They went 7-6. It's incredible. It's the second losing. They have the second most losses in FBS, and now they're on top of the world, 16-0, most wins ever by a champion. It's truly
Well,
incredible. Is it?
I don't know. Did Yale, was that a championship when they did it in 1894 or whatever it was?
I would say, how many games did they win?
They
Did
won 16. They won 16
They
and
won
0.
16.
But
They
they
won
were also
16.
playing like the, Hamptons Country Club or whatever. So we
Listen,
don't have to acknowledge Yale.
listen. Mansfield was playing high schools, which is, like, it's crazy. Like, these were playing high schools. Like, there's literal Sickos did a really good job of this. Shout out our friends at Sickos Committee. They put like the best win, or sorry, the most unique win in every program, and it's like Tex Houston YMCA in
Yeah.
like 1890.
Dude, if you just spend like hours on Wenzipedia, you can find some absolute gems in there.
It's so good. But Jay, this was just an incredible season for Indiana against totally something that we've I don't think I'd ever see. Go back 5 years, Jay. Even 5 years when Indiana was good, and say, hey, in 5 years, Indiana is going to win a national championship. That it would be the most shocking thing in sports, right?
Never,
Is
never.
there something else that's more shocking than that? You would have to go to European soccer and say, like, teams in what's the third one?
Yeah. So in like Premier League,
It'd be like
you
League
have like,
One.
yeah,
Like a team in League One went and won the Premier League.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people did draw the similarities between this Indiana story and Leicester City when they won, which was kind of out of nowhere. Obviously, I think Men in Blazers, who is another great sports account to follow, especially if you're into Premier League soccer, was like, "What is this Indiana thing compared to?" And basically all the comments were Leicester City Premier League
Okay.
title.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is wild to see. But the thing about Indiana is, again, just like the history. Like there's never been any kind of football history to suggest that this
Nothing.
program was capable of it. And then Kurt Signetti gets there, does a press conference where he says Purdue sucks, and he says Michigan and Ohio State suck too. And there's the Google me I win comments. Just everything about this guy oozes confidence from the moment he stepped in. And Jake, to be honest, I think both of us were like, maybe pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. There has to be a clip if we go back of us being like, listen, man,
I
love the
love it.
confidence, but like, let's just let's pump it a little bit.
So I will be having my helping of crow to eat after that. But I mean, this has to rank up there with the best coaching jobs we've ever seen in the sport. And I realize, like, yeah, he doesn't have the longevity of the wins. Like, he doesn't have the stacked championship seasons. But to do what he's done at Indiana, to go to the playoff last year and then to win it all this year, I think Kurt Signetti deserves a spot among the greatest coaches of all time already, in my mind.
He can't fall. This is going to be one of the best coaching jobs of all time. To be considered one of the greatest coaches of all time, I think he needs a little bit more consistency. But when people say,
I mean, he's consistently won everywhere he's been.
That is true. That is true. But when you're talking major college football, like if someone says, "Hey, what is the best coaching run of all time, or what's the best coaching job?" Like where this guy was just on another level. It's this. Jay, in the game, every time Indiana needed to make a big play, they did.
Yeah.
The fourth downs, big special teams, which that's the other thing. Signetti rules on special teams as well. Yeah. Huge special teams dude.
Massive punt block for a touchdown.
Massive punt block. Didn't love the punter there. I thought the punter kind of like do you think he sidestepped it a little bit? Like,
well, it was kind of like that rugby style, right?
I know.
Like he goes off to the right a little bit, and the problem was his personal protectors weren't rolling with him. So I don't know if that's a miscommunication on like what was supposed to happen there, because the personal protectors are stationary. Normally, yes, if you have a guy who's going to do a rugby style punt, kind of slide with him, move the pocket, basically, essentially. Slide protection, just like protecting a passer. And 87, the guy in the protection formation, just kind of puts a hand out there. It's almost like he doesn't think the punter's going to be rolling that way.
Yeah.
So I would have to know more about what they saw on film, because that wasn't a punt block look from Indiana either. That was a punt safe that basically a guy rushed, because you're taught to contain the punter, keep him from basically breaking out of the pocket and scrambling. And so that guy's there uncontained, but then it's like he looks up and he's like, well, I'm here. Might as well stick a hand up. And you get the punt and it results in a touchdown. I mean, yeah, again, like we don't know like what was coached behind the scenes to know like if that's an error on the protection unit, should they be moving? If that's an error on the punter, like he's supposed to stay in his protected area. But yeah, not a great look for Miami, and it cost him in a big way. Gotta be disciplined in all three phases.
All three phases of the game, Jay. So let's just kind of go through some matchups here and things. I kind of feel bad for Carson Beck a little bit. I do. I know. I kind of feel bad a little bit. I thought he played well, and he's gonna be dogged for that interception at the end.
Yeah.
Like everyone's gonna be like, well, there's Carson Beck again. But I'm like, yeah, but he played pretty well. And listen, Indiana pressured him pretty well. I thought he played, but on the other side of the ball, Fernando Mendoza. Here's the thing with Mendoza. You look at his stat line, okay? 16 to 27, 186 yards. no touchdowns. Or sorry, one. He should
He,
have
had
had
a,
one. No,
he has at
one.
least a
His
rushing
rushing touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah.
Sorry, I
I was
forgot
going to say,
the
how do you
rushing.
forget about that play, bud?
I was looking through
just,
this.
just the Heisman moment of the
I
century.
know.
Yeah. What do we?
I was looking through the stats, and I'm like, wait a second, why doesn't he have? I was only looking at passing. That's the
Nah,
problem. But he didn't even have positive because sacks
yeah.
are
Which, by the
at
way, Ruben Bain, Akeem Messidor. I mean, we hyped it up in the lead up to this
wreckers.
one. Just
Yes,
incredible to watch both those guys go to work. Shout out to Moten on
beautiful.
the interior too. Moten had a good game, I
Yeah.
thought.
I mean, Jay, you as a defensive lineman have to watch those guys and just be like, "Oh, this is just beautiful stuff we're seeing."
Yeah, I sent it out on the Blue Sky account. I was like, I have thoroughly enjoyed watching Miami's defensive line in this playoff run, except for one game.
Except for one. Yeah,
But like as a defensive lineman, I mean, it is just artwork. And I mean, shout out to Jason Taylor, right?
yeah,
Coaching there down there at the U. The effort
that
he's
guy.
had, obviously a legendary career. Jake, I'm sure you're very familiar with
Oh,
Mr.
I'm
Taylor.
very. I am. I still have my Jason Taylor jersey that I
Yeah,
have for the Dolphin days. Yeah,
yeah, and I mean that defensive line unit for Miami is about as much fun as I can have watching a unit
yeah.
as a former defensive lineman myself.
It's
Which makes
it.
Fernando Mendoza again not having the greatest stat line, but the plays he was able to make,
Mhm.
it just highlights how impressive it is, dude. Again, that touchdown rush, just
Eh,
the grit, the heart, all of the adjectives that went into making that happen. Just so fun to watch that
and a
in a huge moment.
ballsy move to call it.
Yeah,
Like again, and this is why like when people watch games and things don't work, they're like, yeah, well that's a terrible call. Yeah, it's a terrible call because it didn't work. Listen, Fernando Mendoza had to break a tackle short of 4th and 5.
yeah.
So we're talking about this being oh my god, it's a great ballsy call. Yeah, because Fernando Mendoza willed it. I mean, that was beautiful.
But
It
it's also putting trust in your guys, right?
also,
Like
hey, that's a
ride the horse that
Saban
brought
thing.
you. Yeah,
That's a Saban thing. Like matchups over scheme 10 out of 10 times. Trust your matchups over your scheme. Your matchups beat scheme. And I think sometimes coaches get too wrapped up in there. We're gonna trust our scheme. Yeah,
yeah.
your scheme's good. Trust your matchups
I mean,
more.
and look at Becker on the outside, right at receiver when they
Oh
needed
man,
a big play. Who
he
do they
was
go to?
huge.
They run that fade down there. Not always the best ball by Mendoza, but Becker was sure as heck going to come down with it anytime it was thrown his way.
Jay, here's the other thing, man. They don't rotate a whole lot. I don't know how much it may be on the defensive line. Their receivers are the same.
Yeah,
The
it's
running backs,
Becker,
it's
Cooper, and
Surratt.
Surratt the whole game.
And then Nowakowski as the tight end.
Tight end.
And then
I
it's
loved him lining up at fullback to opening the scoring on the day. By the way,
beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah. Gorgeous stuff. And then the only time we see them really sub is Hemby and Black at running
yeah,
back. They don't rotate, and it's crazy that like they're talking about we're only doing an hour and 45-minute practices, and like they tackle very well. They seem like they're conditioned because they don't sub really, and they're the most disciplined team out there, and they're only going on an hour 45 minutes. And like I know Miami just from like hearing people talk. Miami's doing 2.5 hour practices, and they don't tackle. Sometimes they do miss tackles in space, and they're undisciplined, and they're rotating dudes to keep guys fresh. What is the magic sauce?
yeah. And I have looked into this
Okay.
because I'm trying to reason out in my head how this worked out.
Okay.
Indiana, as far as the discipline aspect goes, are one of the oldest teams in college
True.
football.
Yeah.
I think that helps a lot with the discipline, a lot with just having the experience.
Mhm.
I think you talk about the time spent at practice, and it would lead you to believe that they're a little bit fresher, right? Like maybe there is a point of diminishing returns, uh, but it still doesn't understand. Like it still doesn't explain to me how Indiana is able to be as physical as they are
Mm-hmm.
without having those tackling drills, right? Like, why are
Yeah.
they so sure in the tackling game? Why are they so good at playing disciplined football? Again, like I think the age plays a factor there, but you also we have been drilled into our heads so long that you have to practice, practice, practice to make sure you don't mess up a rep.
Right.
That doesn't seem to be the formula in
No.
Indiana. And maybe there's just something to it. Maybe it's, as important for the mental freshness as it is for the physical. Maybe that this is the secret and we just have missed it all these years. I don't know. Uh, maybe it's, having just the guys you trust and not rotating. Maybe that lets you build more continuity. Uh, the only other thing I can think of is like, these guys practice. How do they not get injured? Right. That's the other thing. Like I feel like
Yeah.
Indiana has avoided the injury bug. They've had one
Sarah
fumble this year.
was
Like,
Sarah was hurt, I think, for a little bit, but
yeah.
that was it.
So obviously something Indiana's doing's right. And
Yeah.
whoever can make that formula work elsewhere, they
Mhm.
can make a lot of money.
And that's the thing. And I've heard some other shows talk about this, Jay. Indiana worked the portal through getting veteran dudes there. Okay, they used some of their James Madison guys that Signetti took over, but then also he wanted veteran guys, a veteran presence. Hey, that old, we don't care about stars, we care about guys that fits the system. What's going to happen now with Indiana? And I feel like that this might be a dumb question, but when you're going to have some access to some of those highly talented recruits, are you going to that now start recruiting with the big boys? I mean, you can't ignore some of these guys.
Yeah.
Or are you going to pick up the veteran pieces you need, like the free agency, through the transfer portal? Or is it going to be a mix of both? Like, you, do you kind of understand what I'm saying? Like, what's going to
Yeah.
be the focus for them?
It feels like it's got to be a mix of both.
It
And
has
like
to be.
they've already dipped into the portal a little bit. I think Josh Hoover from TCU was an Indiana commit at one point and will be headed back to Bloomington.
Nick Marsh,
Uh,
Nick
yeah.
Marsh, wide receiver from Michigan State. That's huge.
So it's going to be interesting because if you think with like success, uh, it only brings more opportunity.
Right.
So you can both develop and go get guys who have
Right.
proven production. It'll be interesting to see kind of how this works out.
Mhm.
I do think Indiana will probably take a little bit of a step back next year. But
Are we sure?
a step back could be one loss and still winning a national championship.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
really saying anything.
No. It's yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I think Miami played a good game, but they didn't play a great one. And again, Indiana just made a handful of plays more. Two guys from Miami. We already talked about the defensive lineman. We talked about Beck. Um, Mark Fletcher is a very good running back.
Yeah.
He is a monster of a running back, and shame to see he took a swipe at the Indiana player. However,
Yeah.
it looked like that Indiana player was really
It
chirping.
it was very Byron Hout, LeGarrette Blunt with the amount
Yeah,
of chirping going on there.
I don't want to. Again, you can't take a swipe at someone. You
Yeah.
can't. I'm not condoning it. But when Mark Fletcher is over with Fernando Mendoza, hugging him, congratulating him, and then talking to other Indiana guys, and then you see that, it's like, well, maybe
Maybe
that
it's
guy,
one guy. Yeah.
maybe that one guy, said some things that he probably shouldn't have or got under Fletcher's skin. The other guy is Malachi Tony, who should still be in high school.
Yeah.
Like,
Reclassified.
he reclassified and is a absolute stud. Listen, this if you're a Miami fan, you have to at least hang your hat on. We made a run, and now we're back for like people need to take us serious again because I feel like Miami was in that second or third tier of they're good. Sometimes they're good, but they're not great. And I feel like Miami put everyone on notice of, hey, like we finally put it all together here.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was, obviously still some undisciplined moments. I think the penalties were costly at times.
Yeah.
Whether
Could have been worse.
Yeah. I mean, there was probably a missed targeting on Mendoza there in the first half. I mean, again, you talk about Malachi Toney. That's a guy who every time he touches the ball, I hold my breath because he is just so electric, so fun to watch. If you get him in space, I mean, it is a nightmare to try to corral that guy. He's able to make something out of nothing. It seems like anytime he touches the ball, and man, it's a joy to watch him. And if you're a Miami fan, you have to be excited that you're going to have him for a while, right? You got at least 2 more years out of him.
Yeah, at least 2 more years out of him.
Never know with the modern day and age, but theoretically, you should get at least 2 more years out of him.
No, absolutely you do. But no, I mean, I like that we got a good national title game too. This was a fun game.
Yeah.
Last year, Ohio State kind of dominated. The year before, Michigan kind of dominated. Then there's that Georgia blowout of TCU. But like, this was a really good football game.
Yeah,
really
good physical game.
Physical.
Really fun to see. Both of these teams wanted to run the ball, right? And like you had sporadic success. There were times when Indiana stuffed Fletcher in Miami. There were times when Hemby and Black couldn't get anything going for Indiana. But I love that, some of those fourth down calls, like 4th and 7, I think, running the ball and getting that. What a call. I mean, just insane.
I know.
Like we agree that like Mendoza's touchdown that looked like a design run, right? Too, right? Like quarterback draw.
Oh yeah, I called quarterback. Yeah, I thought it was quarterback draw. Yeah. That's the thing. Like you getting those 4th downs, you're running the ball. That's your scheme saying, "Hey, we saw this and we're gonna run it, and also we love this matchup."
Yeah.
And they got away with it, man. There are also so many other caveats here, Jay. Like Sharp with the interception at the end. Did you see who his uncle is? Am I breaking this to you?
Yeah, you're breaking it to me.
Oh, so allegedly. Okay. So Sharp for Indiana. Okay.
22. The corner.
22. His uncle was the Sharp in the 2002 Fiesta Bowl who committed the bad personal foul penalty against Ohio State to give him another chance.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, which was a sketchy. It was a sketchy personal foul. Like it was a yeah.
Hey, by the way, sorry, you've broken the news to me, and I know I'm cutting you off now. Let's not do unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on a game-winning play. Russ.
Yeah.
Like
what was that?
And then Indiana has to like get out of the end zone.
Sneak. They have to sneak it.
Yeah, to like not take a safety.
Can I say something else?
Rough show. Yeah, go ahead.
It was a bit of a because like early on in the game, a pretty bad late hit out of bounds, I think on Cooper. No call. The mistargeting on Mendoza
launches with his head directly into the chin.
Even if he had the ball, even if he's like, "Oh, I didn't know didn't have the ball," he still launched
and hit with the crown of the helmet.
Like clearly.
But I mean,
targeting.
I feel like targeting is
PIs.
Nobody knows what it is.
I think Miami got away with a couple PIs too. And then they call that, and then they call roughing on Indiana, which it was, but you didn't call I don't know. I hated that. I absolutely hated that. I kind of held my breath a little bit at the end. I'm sure the Indiana fans did as well. There was
we won it, and then all of a sudden, where are we on the field?
And so here's the other one. And I think this was talked about a lot, but like Fernando Mendoza's father and Mario Cristobal were teammates in high school
Yeah.
because like they went to the same high school, and I think one of the coordinators is also knows Fernando Mendoza's father. But and Fernando Mendoza, like what a like just a pure heart of a
Yeah.
person.
He is a bundle of joy.
He
Uh, he is a golden retriever puppy. Like, dude, it's fun to hear him. It's fun to hear him talk. He
it
just
is.
seems like he's just a good
Left an
kid.
F-bomb go on the stage.
Yeah.
Play Golick was like this guy played the long game with it. And then they show his father who doesn't stand up because the mother can't like it. Just
Tugging on the
it makes
heartstrings, dude.
it gives you all the warm and fuzzies inside, man.
Yeah.
Like this is just a great story, and I my girlfriend sent me a meme of the old guy from Up with the kid,
Yeah.
and it was like Signetti and Mendoza
Mendoza.
taking home the trophy.
That is fantastic.
It's a good one. But I mean, dude, what a call, Jay! It felt like '07.
It, it
I think, this is going to be one of those years I think we keep talking about. And on top of that, Indiana just won the national title, folks.
yeah.
If you are a Power Five, or hell, not even a Power Five, if you're close, if you're Boise, if you're JMU, if you're Tulane, this gives you hope, man.
Yeah.
This gives you hope of it can be done. If you get the right guy, you get the right backing, if you get the right stuff, it can be done. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant, but like when NIL was introduced and when the transfer portal, I myself, Jay, was thinking, well, the rich are just going to get richer. What chance do some of these other schools have? And now the narrative is totally flipped on its head. It has leveled the playing field for everyone else, as long as you have someone with money. But
Yeah.
and a good coach and the whole deal. But
Yeah.
this gives everybody hope of it can be done.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at like a Texas Tech who's in
Yeah.
the playoff this year too. But yeah, this was a fantastic season. Obviously, Indiana wins the championship 27-21 over Miami. We have a lot of football to talk about, though. Like, I mean, we're about done here, but we do want to reflect back on the season that was.
Yeah.
So, Jake, do you want to talk about some of your fondest memories from this year?
I don't have a lot. Personally, I don't have a lot. So one of my my Penn State one has to be longtime assistant coach Terry Smith get his flowers and win his last 3 games. Senior day, beats Nebraska, beats the coach that kind of got him into coaching at the college level, Matt Rule, and the whole crowd chanting Terry. For him to get his flowers as a Penn State fan, as seeing a coach who just loves Penn State in his heart, that was very, very special for me to see. So that definitely is in there. I'm trying to think back at some of like the big wins this year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, seeing Fernando Mendoza beat Ohio State and then win the national title as well has to be up there. And then I think going back to the week 1, seeing Corso go out,
Yeah.
go into the sunset. I mean, love him or hate him, he's such a great ambassador for the sport.
Such a big part of
really
our experiences for so long.
As kids, dude, we were kids watching him be like just wild and crazy, and it made me. He was a part of why I loved watching game day as a kid.
100%.
But Jay, anything from your side?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few things to talk
Yeah.
about. The first thing that comes to mind is just getting to cross the Sun Bowl off my bucket list.
That's cool.
Was really awesome to get out to El Paso and see one
Mm.
of the most iconic venues in sports. Uh, I really enjoyed New Mexico's success this year. Like, I thought it was
Dude,
so fun to watch
yes, of
Jason Wright
course.
on a
Yeah.
weekly basis. You have the win over UCLA and everything that comes after it. The Tokyo Toe, sticking with the
Mhm.
Mountain West, another great
Yeah.
story. Uh, Getting to go out and cover that ACU Stephen F. Austin football game was a blast. Going back to my Aggies, I mean, I guess making the playoff, even though things didn't go well there, like
Mhm.
even seeing Kyle Field host a playoff game was really cool to see.
Mhm.
Being there for that South Carolina comeback was both terrible and fantastic.
Right.
Uh, Given everything that happened in that one, I enjoyed watching the Montana State Bobcats in that incredible FCS national championship. Obviously, a place that I
Mhm.
got to kind of grew to love going up there to visit Bozeman last year for the Sinjay away trip. Uh, I mean, yeah, just getting to watch football, right?
Yeah.
Like just every one of those moments on a Saturday where something wild happens, uh, and then to cap it all off, again, the story of Indiana
Yeah.
and just what they were able to do, a
Mhm.
program that has never had a hope of winning a college football national
Mhm.
championship, to go and do it, to a guy like Fernando Mendoza, who's just uh, so positive, right?
I know.
Just everything about him radiates positivity. To see him go out, get it done, it really has been an incredible season,
Mhm.
and it's been great to watch it with all the folks
Yeah.
listening, all the
Yeah.
supporters. I mean, man, we're lucky with how special some of these games and some of these seasons are.
It really is, and you were talking. I was thinking of some for myself. The Hawaii. You talked about the Tokyo Toe, the Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah,
Like the Hawaii Bowl, watching that was awesome. TCU USC, that bowl game, but
Alamo Bowl.
personal Alamo Bowl. Uh, More personally, Illinois State. I know I'm going in your realm of the FCS,
Hey, there's
dude.
room for everybody.
Illinois State's run, beating North Dakota State, and seeing their run, such a heartbreaker. But watching them go on that run was very special to me, just because of, again, all because Brock Spack took some time to make my younger brother's day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and now he, my family loves Illinois State. So like that. Also, I don't know if we even said it on the pod. I went to North Carolina. I went to Chapel Hill this year for a game.
yeah.
Did I mention that? The
That
game was
seems like so
bad.
long ago. Yeah,
I know the game was bad. It was really bad. Clemson just destroyed them. Um, but it was cool to see like Chapel Hill, beautiful. Listen, beautiful little town,
yeah,
like beautiful little town. Um, Game day, they were not as hyped for. They were not as hyped for the football game. I think
yeah.
we were more hyped than, but like that's like cool. Got to see where we're going next year, but it's you said it, Jay, man. Just watching, experiencing, taking in everything about this sport and with these programs, because every program is so unique in their own way, and it's a different experience no matter where you go or what you watch. It's that's why it's the most beautiful sport in the world.
Yeah. It's just again been an incredible season,
Yeah,
Jake. It's probably about time to land the plane.
it is.
Uh, Folks, we appreciate you so much for tuning in throughout the year. Thank you for all of the things you do to support us. Again, if you want to help out the pod, give us a like, subscribe, share. Obviously, tell a friend. Word of mouth still works. Tweet about it. Post it on whatever social media websites you're using. Uh, we just really appreciate all your support. We've had a blast talking football with y'all, and man, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it until
Yeah,
next year. So,
I
Jake,
know.
go
It's
ahead and sign off for us.
thank I want to thank everyone for listening. We've taken some major strides this year in our footprint, and we're looking to grow even more. Follow us on the Twitter, on Blue Sky, that Jay does the job of running, Instagram, my TikTok, Jake Myers TikTok, but it's also kind of our pod TikTok. We're going to be sharing some stuff. We're going to be going into some historical stuff, kind of like what we've been doing the last 2 years. So if you're a fan of college football, tell someone, tell us to follow us, and I don't think they'll be disappointed, because we're going to be sharing clips and pictures and stories from throughout history of all things college football. But I want to thank you all. Jay, any last words?
I forgot to thank our partners at Battle Bets for
Yes.
joining us for the season. That was a
Mhm.
lot of fun to have. So download that. But other than that, I mean, just again, college football goes by way too fast.
It
We
does.
can't wait. Stay tuned for this summer. We'll have some stuff going out. Check on the socials. We'll have some stuff during the off season. Thanks for all the support.
From all of us at the Get Back Coach, we'll see you next time. Have a good one.